Alright, this is just going to be some spoken, slower version of Christ in Me by New Birth Total Praise. Just wanted to talk through a few of the moves since when we show you the other video, it's kind of at full speed and it may be a little confusing when you're trying to learn for the first time. So the first verse is, not on my own, I live this life. I'm not my own, he lives inside. And it's not on my, no, I'm sorry, not on my own, I live this life. I'm not alone, he lives inside. How good it feels to know this man. I let him lead. He has the plan. It's Christ in me. He is the hope of glory. No mystery. It is the Christ in me. And that verse repeats. And then it goes to, you need to know this Jesus Christ. You need to know this El Shaddai. You need to feel his love inside. All of your needs he will supply. And it's back to, it's Christ in me. He is the hope of glory. No mystery. It is the Christ in me. Then the song is going to break off into 3 sections, and we broke it off into 3 different groups. So the first group does this. He made me whole. I'd say that's what the Lord has done for me. And then the second group goes, in him I live, I move, and now I have the victory. And the third group does my walk, my talk. Okay. Sorry, I had to think about it again. They changed it. They just changed it last night. So let me see if I can do it again. My walk, my talk, my life, my all is for the world to see. And then all 3 groups come back together to do, he lives inside of me. He lives inside of me. Is that right, Dorian? Then it's Christ. I'm sorry. It's Christ in me. He is the hope of glory. No mystery. It is the Christ in me. But when after we do the he lives inside of me, he lives inside of me, we change the it's Christ in me to it's Christ in me. He is the hope of glory. I'll do that one more time. It's Christ in me. And then it's the rest the same. He is the hope of glory. No mystery. It is the Christ in me. And then at one point, while we're doing these Christ in me's, we're going to break off into 3 different sections again. The tenors start off, then the altos come in, then the sopranos come in, and we're going to dance accordingly. So we got 3 groups sectioned off, so that one group, the tenors will come in, then the altos, and then the sopranos. But you're still doing this. It's Christ in me. He is the hope of glory. No mystery. It is the Christ in me. And then there's going to be a few times when there's not a lot of singing to where there's a lot of music. So we have some fillers. So these are just some of the demonstrations of some of the filler moves. And the first one is we just toggle around with our foot around in a circle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then you rock and you rock and you rock and you rock and you go, it is the Christ in me. And then you go back to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go, it is the Christ in me. And on one of our other fillers, we do a little crisscross as we go around in the circle, where your legs just try to kind of jump and crisscross together. You go 1, 2 as you go around. 1, 2 as you go around. 1, 2. Feel, feel, feel. 1, 2. Feel, feel, feel. 1, 2. And you do that all the way back around. You do that actually 8 times, but it's kind of hard to catch the first one. So you're really probably doing about a 7 count. But then when you get back to this point, it's going to break off into 3 sections again with He lives inside of me. He lives inside of me. And then the first keeps doing that. He lives inside of me. He lives inside of me. And then next group will come on, and the third group will come on. So those are the little tricky parts that was probably a little easier to speak to you, so that you can have a little heads up versus just seeing it full speed on the other video. And in the last portion that I wanted to show you, there's one more filler that we go through, and the 2 outside sections, so just representing the way we line it up is we got tenors, and then we got sopranos in the middle, and we got the alto section on the end. So tenors are really what we're calling group 3. The soprano section we're calling group 2. The alto section we're calling group 1. So for group 1 and group 3, they're doing something different from group 2. So on one of the fillers where we're trying to fill in, this is the move for that. And it's just criss, cross, pop your head, and pause. And then the other one is you do it a little longer. You go criss, cross, pop your head, criss, cross, pop your head, pause. And those are just the 2 series that you do for filling when it's just no singing at that time. And in the midst of that, after that filler part, after you go boom, 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 then the group 2 goes, it is the Christ in me. And they fill in the singing part while we're doing the dancing part, because it was too quick to have us all doing it all at the same time. And then on the very last one, we all join in together to go, it is the Christ in me. Now, it may sound a little confusing. Hopefully, between this and the other video, it'll make more sense. And you guys just take a look at it and see how it is, and then just follow up with me for those things that are still pending. My son and I are more than happy to come out and go over the dance moves with you all as well, if the video is not enough time for you. So thank you once again for participating. We're looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. You can turn it off, Dorian.